My name is Dr. Jill Rowland. Just to let you know a little bit about myself, my life began when I was born over in Germany on an Air Force base to a captain in the Air Force and my mother. Shortly after my mother became ill and she moved back home to live with her mother, and I was raised by a single father, an incredible single father who taught me self-reliance and a very strong work ethic. Shortly after that, he went into dental school and became an orthodontist and started an orthodontic practice where I was attending St. Edmund's and St. Christopher's Catholic schools for elementary school. I then went on to high school and attended Buffalo Seminary. And I also went on to obtain a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, a Master's of Science in Nutrition, concentrating in immunology, and my Doctorate of Dental Surgery, all at the State University of New York at Buffalo. Shortly during that time, shortly before I went to dental school, I feel like I'm going to be parroting Mr. Domogowski's story, but for the sake of repeating myself, I also was diagnosed with cancer shortly before I went to dental school, and life became a gift to me. It became something that was filled with the intensity of every moment, because when you're faced with, this diagnosis, I was diagnosed with lymphoma, which is a form of lymphatic cancer, when my oldest daughter was 3 months old. And I was told a similar story as Mr. Domogowski, which is why I feel like I'm, again, repeating myself, because a broken record, you already heard the story. But I was also told that I would probably never have children due to the harsh chemotherapy that I received. And I was also told, well, you're never going to get through dental school as a single mother, let alone a single mother with cancer, so just forget it. And my joy was made even more complete when I not only graduated dental school, I passed my boards on the first try, and I met my wonderful husband, Tim, and I went on to have 2 more miraculous, wonderful, beautiful children. Thank you. And I can truly say that my family and my life is a divine gift to me that I've been given, that I can't fully explain to you. So, and people ask me as well, why run? Why now? And I can say to you that I see a country that I once recognized, and I see it turning into a country that I don't understand anymore, a country where national pride is turning into international apologies, where your freedom of speech is turning into the reinvention of journalism. Now we're going to be taxed or credited depending on what you say, and if they like it or they don't like it. And I see this, the basis of our society, where we are rugged individuals, and we are born on self-reliance, turning into a culture of dependence and big government. And it is, I feel strongly that it's my duty to my past. My love for my country became much more deeper when my Aunt Alice, who did a lot of genealogic work, and I learned through her work that I was a descendant of Reverend Rowland, who fought in the American Revolution and was a Minuteman who fought against English tyranny. And I truly believe, getting back to where I was going, that I'm running because I love my country, and I feel that I have a duty to my past, to my ancestors, and I have a duty to my children as a mother, and a duty to our future generations to ensure that America doesn't completely disappear from the radar, or at least the America as we know it. And I want to ensure that our future generations will have the same or similar opportunities that I've been given. We've been promised a lot by the current administration. We've been promised transparency, jobs, change, and the only change that that I think I've seen and that most Americans see is like the spare change they have in their pockets. And we haven't been given transparency. I mean, everything's been done with these deals and behind closed doors. And as far as jobs go, well, they could argue, yes, we've created all these jobs. Look at these 431,000 jobs we've created this last month. Only the problem with that is 411,000 of those jobs are temporary census jobs. And we all know that government cannot create jobs. They can only allow and create an environment that will allow entrepreneurs and small businesses to do the things that they do best. In order to do that, we have to cut our taxes. We should be looking to cut capital gains tax. Even communist China has 0% capital gains tax. And we should be lowering our marginal income tax rates, which is where most small businesses pay their taxes. We need a low regulatory environment so that companies and individuals are not afraid to come here and do business in the United States or New York State. We also should be trying to make it easy to gain access to the capital that small and moderate-sized businesses need to operate. And another thing that I feel very strongly about is that I feel that we need to hold the current administration accountable to the Constitution and to the voters, we the voters, and we the taxpayers. Right now, currently, there is no end to the spending in sight. They continue to spend money like you can just, well, they can print it, I suppose, but that doesn't strengthen the dollar, and that doesn't help our economy recover any more quickly. I believe that in holding the government accountable to these things, we should freeze government spending. At the very least, we should freeze government spending, freeze government hiring, and also try to consider eliminating, downsizing, or even privatizing a lot of the needless or inefficient agencies that are currently in place. Also, I would be strongly in support of a bill that would hold Congress accountable to the spending that they have, and even limit the spending to 15 to 20% of the GDP, so that they can't continue in the future to just recklessly spend money and run up a deficit that currently now is out of control. It's going to cripple the American people for generations to come, trying to crawl out from under the deficit and also trying to rectify our national debt. I truly believe that the Constitution is our foundation, it is our truth. And my opponent has not only trampled the Constitution with her suggestion of the slaughter solution, I believe that was, I deem healthcare passed. Okay? She sounds more like a queen than someone who was elected to represent the people. I also believe that the healthcare bill she was trying to push to get passed is unconstitutional. For the first time, Americans have been mandated to buy a product, in my opinion, which this type of mandate violates the 9th and the 10th Amendment. And this is a product that not only are we being mandated to buy, but it's a product that's going to cost us $115 million more than was originally anticipated by the CBO.